Welcome back to our channel. Today, I'll be sharing a rapture dream experienced by one of our brothers in Christ. You can find a link to his original video in the description below. Now, let's dive in and explore this extraordinary dream together.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Bobby with another video in quite some time. This has been a while since I've made any kind of video in general. This is something that I had planned for a while, but you know, my schedule has been kind of all over the place recently. And you know, most people know me as Borges Productions, the video editor for the boxing promotional videos or highlights that I have on my YouTube channel. You know, I still video edit on the side. I do some side work, but as far as, you know, boxing goes, I don't really do any more boxing videos. Just because that, you know, I just kind of lost interest in it, and I'm kind of embarking on different opportunities in my life right now. But those videos are still there to stay, and I just wanted to make some new content for my YouTube channel. Wanted to make some new content that'll actually help people, that actually inspire people on a mental, physical, and spiritual level. I feel like everything is important, and that's what makes you you. You know, there's things that we don't understand that go on in our lives. Some people call it coincidence. Some people call it faith. Whichever you want to believe, it doesn't matter what you believe, because truth is truth. But anyways, I'm not going to go and get into anything like that in this video, at least. This video definitely want to get into a dream that I had about 8-9 months ago. And this dream that I had, I felt it was very profound, and it's something that I definitely want to share with everybody. You know, especially during, you know, times of COVID, and you know, during the civil unrest and the elections and so on and so forth. I just feel like this is something that I feel people need to know about. You know, even if it reaches 1 or 2 people, I mean, it's all worth it to me, honestly. It really doesn't matter how many people I get to watch this video. However, definitely want to get into this dream I had about 8-9 months ago. And the reason why I'm sharing this is, you know, I've seen people give these kinds of testimony about their dreams that they had, especially recently. And I never thought to, you know, give a video about my dream, to make a video about my dream. Never thought about doing anything like that, just because I don't really remember my dreams that often. But this is a dream that I definitely remember. So I managed to write it down and write down some key points, okay? So here we go. So the dream starts off, I'm in an apartment building with my mother, okay? Her and I were sitting on the couch, we were watching TV. And one thing to know is, probably not that important, but it wasn't in this apartment building, it was in a different apartment building. I don't know whose it was, but I just started off just sitting on the couch watching TV with my mother. That's one thing that I usually do. You know, I visit my mother and I still, you know, spend time with her. So that wasn't really something unusual. So the dream starts off that way, and we're about maybe 2 or 3 floors from the ground. And we have 2 windows in the living room that were opened, right? They were open, we were trying to get some fresh air, and it was quite pleasant outside. It wasn't really rainy, it wasn't thundering, snowing, pretty clear. It was probably maybe spring weather, to my best knowledge. And, you know, we're just sitting there, you know, watching TV, having our conversations. And I look outside, and it starts to rain. It starts to lightly rain. And I'm thinking, I don't think much of it. It's just rain. And start seeing the clouds that get gloomy. I'm thinking, okay, you know, nothing really out of the ordinary. Remember, in the dream, when you're dreaming, you're thinking it's real. So I'm not thinking that this is a dream. I'm thinking it's real. So I'm just looking at the clouds, watching TV, and all of a sudden, it starts thundering outside, right? And up until this point, everything is normal, right? Like, it never thunders. Like, of course, it's normal, perfectly normal. So we're watching TV, it thunders outside, and then it just gets really bad. It just starts getting really bad, and this brick apartment that we're in, it starts to shake. Now, this is a brick apartment. Brick apartments really, they're pretty sturdy. They're not known to move. So this apartment is shaking, and I'm looking outside and I see other buildings swaying back and forth. And I'm thinking, okay, something's really going on here. And I live in Chicago. So, we're not known to have these kinds of weather conditions, right? We're not in the South. We're not in Florida or anything like that. So it starts raining hard outside and things are starting to move. And the trees are like swaying off the ground, coming off the ground. And it's just a very powerful, powerful wind that's hitting us. And I'm thinking, what's going on? So, and I have notes here. I'm trying to remember details of it. And, these powerful winds are coming in. It starts raining harder. And the harder it rains, the more powerful the winds become. So then the wind is so powerful that the rain is actually coming in through the windows, and the rain is actually hitting my face, and it's actually kind of stinging. It stings my face. I'm thinking, wow, that hurts. That's just water. But it was just that powerful. And, my mom, she's very emotional. My mom usually is an emotional person. But at this point, she's relatively calm. And I felt that was like a little unusual that she's calm during a time like this. And it starts getting worse and everything starts shaking. I'm like, okay, something's definitely wrong here. Something is definitely wrong. And my mom looks at me calm, and she just stood there. And she just said, it's time. It's time, Bobby. It's time. I said, time for what? But then when I had asked her, time for what, she didn't have to answer me, because right when I asked, I felt like I knew the answer. Like it was already given to me right when I had asked it. So I'm thinking, wow, this is really the rapture that's happening right now? And I'm like confused because it was during a time where it was just like, it started like a normal day. It started like a normal day. And I'm looking into the clouds and I'm thinking, God, what is going on? Are you really coming right now? And I kid you not. I kid you not. And now it doesn't matter if you believe, I want you guys to believe me, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day for me if you do, because this is exactly what I experienced. Okay. And in the clouds, I see an angelic figure descending from the clouds, and I can't see, a description of this angelic being because it was a shadowy figure, but you could tell it was an angel because it had the wings and it just had a huge body. It had a huge presence. And I was looking at it from a distance. So, based on perspective, if you're looking at something from a distance, it's going to appear smaller. Well, I was looking at it from a distance and it was still pretty large. So I can tell that this angel, whatever it was that was descending, it was pretty big in size. And I'm seeing it come down, and right when I'm looking and it's coming down, I hear loud trumpets. It sounded like, I don't know exactly what the sound was, but if I can compare it to anything that we can relate to on this world, it was like trumpets. And it was like really, really loud. And I felt like it was so loud it can be heard from miles and miles and miles and miles away. And it was just, it was something that I can't really experience. I can't really put into words. And at the time I was fearful, but then there was a sign of relief. It was like a mix of emotions, and anyone that had this similar experience, they could relate. It was just like a fear, but then relief at the same time, because the fear that, anything that you came to know up until this point is going to be ceased to exist. But then you're relieved because, it's like all the negativity that you had experienced up to that point It's not going to even matter anymore because it's going to cease to exist. And then I had just woke up. You guys can take it for what it's worth. Um, it's something that you actually need to experience yourself. This was something that I wasn't even thinking about. Okay, I wasn't thinking about any rapture. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. Okay, I'm not really a religious person. I'm not. And it was just something very profound that I really can't explain. Just the feelings that I felt during that time, and it just felt so real. It felt so real, and this was 8, 9 months ago. And I can't really, I don't have any explanation for it other than the fact that I just wanted to share it with everybody and, get my rapture dream out there, and whoever had this a similar experience, I encourage you guys to share a video, about it. It's definitely something profound. I've had, another dream, you know, um, but that's for another video. That's a little more personal to me. Uh, Definitely going to share that video. But I just wanted to get this out there, guys. You know, all I can say is with everything going on in the world right now, Jesus is coming. God is Lord. Jesus is Lord. He's coming. You guys got to get right with everything going on in the world right now. You guys got to get right with the guy, with the God upstairs. You got to get right with the man upstairs, because you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know what's really coming, man. You're not, and it's something that I definitely want to inspire people to get right with God. You know, we're all different. We all come from different backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? We're not the same, but that's okay. That's okay, because we are all capable of getting right with Jesus. We're all capable of getting right with Jesus. And I just wanted to put that out there, guys. You know, I really wanted to put that out there. And this world is not it. What you see in front of you, this world is not, this is not it. This is not it. There's something bigger coming. And you think coronavirus, and you think all these disasters that are happening now, and all of this stuff that's going on in the world, do you think that's the worst of what's to come? You haven't seen nothing yet. You haven't seen nothing yet. And if you get right spiritually with God, if you get right, what do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. So, everybody, stay blessed. Stay blessed out there, okay? I'm praying for everybody. And hopefully, more people, definitely open their eyes, because this is not a game. This is not a game anymore. In 2019, I bet you didn't think that you'd be required to wear a mask in 2020. Okay? That means that this world is very unpredictable. So get right. God bless you.